Now, straight talk. The Film Cynics on C-FAX 1070.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to the Film Cynics. We hope you had a pleasant news break. We're here to talk about a DVD.
Who wants a DVD review?
Now, the kids out there are cheering, yay! However, I'm not nearly as thrilled.
No? Really?
So last Earth Day, I don't know what you were doing to protect the Earth, but I'll tell you what James Cameron wasn't doing. He was not protecting our landfills from something that's inevitably going to wind up there, and that is the release of Avatar on Blu-ray and DVD. Now,
that's the harshest opening statement to a review I've ever heard in my life.
Zing! Now, we'll split it up, and I'll save the nastiness for afterward because I'm gonna go off on a tirade. So let's just talk about Avatar as a film.
As a film, it was good. I mean, who didn't like Avatar? It was someone in the room just gave us a thumbs down.
Right-wing liberals and Mr. Leroy Brown over here.
If you break it down into, as purely a story, it was a little weak, a little contrived, whatever. But visually and technically, this was a masterpiece. Like, James Cameron revolutionized filmmaking with this movie. I sat in the theater and had my mind blown out of my skull watching this in 3D. It was phenomenal. It was beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, there was moments in there where I got really psyched up. This big speech trying to gather everybody up together, and all these. There's a lot of moments in there that are really emotional, and that's what James Cameron does well. He's able to tease out the emotion from these giant stories and bring them down to just a few people. And as a film, it was good, and people want to take part, and it had a really interesting environmental message. It wasn't until after watching How to Train Your Dragon that I sort of noticed that actually Avatar maybe missed a couple opportunities in there to talk about coping with disability. Because I think that, even though we have the character Jake Sully, he's in a wheelchair, but it didn't really deal with his disability too much. Because as soon as he gets in his avatar, it's like that. It's right out the window about caring about anything.
True.
It never really figured into the plot anymore. Whereas with How to Train Your Dragon, you had all these Vikings surrounding you that had they'd lost limbs, so they're wearing like these
like peg legs and peg arms,
all that kind of stuff. And then we have the dragon himself, Toothless, who's lost part of his tail, so he's got to wear like a
prosthetic rudder on his tail.
Exactly. And then finally, not to give too much away, but eventually Hiccup winds up with his own prosthetic. So that sort of, it was a slow burn throughout, but at the end of the movie, you sort of realize, it had this interesting comment about coping with a disability. And I think that Avatar missed that opportunity. But, it didn't hurt the film in the slightest. It was a great movie, which is exactly why I didn't even hesitate on Thursday to go out and buy it. I'm on vacation. I went on Thursday during the day to Future Shop.
So you had to consciously go out of your way to go pick it up.
I price shopped over the phone, too, to find where I could get it the cheapest. And so I found where I could get it cheapest, went and picked it up. I looked at him like, no commentary. Okay, but it comes in a Blu-ray and a DVD case. Okay.
Two-disc set?
Yeah, fair enough.
So you're thinking there's going to be something great here?
Probably something's going to be there. And then, what do I find out when I get home? Nothing. No commentary, no digital copy, no deleted scenes, not even a trailer. This is hailing back to the days when interactive menus was a feature. So what they did was they just decided that, hey, everybody wants this movie. We're probably not exactly ready with our super special edition, and people are going to want to buy that anyways, so let's put this out on the market.
Okay, but that seems really weird because, A, it's still playing in the theaters.
Yes.
So you can still go watch it in glorious 3D and in IMAX in some cases. Why would you want to watch a 2D version of this movie on your little tiny screen?
I just don't get it. Like, I would have figured that for a film that was so big about how it was made, James Cameron invented two different filmmaking techniques to make this film. And he made a big deal about it, too. He talked to everybody about it. He's showing off about it. That was the point of the
movie.
Yeah.
It was a revolution in technology. That's why I went.
And so you got to know that there's going to be some special stuff about it. But no, they didn't do it because they know that people are going to buy it. So what is this? This DVD is basically just a big waste. You bought it for the story, but when it comes out with the features, you're going to buy that. And I got to make it clear to everybody: you cannot recycle a DVD or a Blu-ray. You have to go to a specialized facility to get that done. You can't just put it out with your recycling. So what is that? It's garbage.
So basically, on Earth Day, James Cameron introduced more garbage to the world.
It's unbelievable.
That is unbelievable.
It's unconscionable. I mean, okay, the transfer is great. The audio is great. There's like a French, a Spanish, a Portuguese, and a descriptive audio track. But that I just listed off the features.
Those aren't features. Those are just what you should have when you buy a DVD. That's not anything extra. See, I was really surprised when you told me you bought it and then there was no special features, because as much as I like the movie, I really want to watch the making of. I want to get the DVD, go home, and just see how he did it, because that's just going to totally something up my alley. And I'm really excited to see all the different technologies he invented and how he did it, because it is an amazing thing. Now, when do I have to wait for that? Next year? 2 years?
Yeah, word
6
on
months?
word on the street. It's November is when the special edition is coming.
To me, it's now I'm kind of annoyed at him for doing this. Maybe I won't buy it at all. Maybe he just burned my bridges.
Yeah, a little bit later when we get into the vault, I'm going to talk about a movie that he did that actually is overloaded with features, and it's actually my favorite DVD that I own out of my entire collection.
And there's no excuse for this, because in this day and age, when this movie was made, it was probably finished at least 8 months ago, finished.
Yeah.
But it was probably shot 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
All the making of behind the scenes should have been done way before the movie even was released in theaters, never mind when a Blu-ray comes out. So this should have been done when they were releasing the film. They should have been working on this. So when they were ready to go, they can give you the package that you deserve.
I mean, as far as the expectation of what you're going to be getting, this is exactly the opposite of what you would have figured they would be offering us.
Exactly.
And so I'm very disappointed. As far as a rating, I called it garbage. I called it landfill. Yeah, it's a coaster. Hey, the film is great, but do not buy this for your collection.
No,
absolutely not. I did, but I do that for all of you out there so that you don't have to.
You're taking one for the team on this one, are you?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch it yet, and I will never watch it now, because now I'm just really mad at Cameron again. He's in Titanic with the coaster. I'm irate now, Steve.
A lot of the time they release these things under the guise of saying, well, look, we got to recoup some losses. We got to release a couple different versions to make some money. These guys are not hard up for cash. Last I checked, it was a $2.7 billion gross.
Yeah.
And who knows how many they sold on Thursday? Hopefully not too many, but I'm sure a lot did.
Yeah, it's not about the money.
Yeah.
James Cameron doesn't need the studio doesn't need any more of Avatar's money.
Yeah, so I'm very disappointed in Fox. But
I'm disappointed too.
Okay. So I'm outraged, and with that, I think we'll leave you with that. We're going to come back. We're going to be way more positive. We're going to talk a little bit about handheld camcorders when we come back. Stay with us.